Welcome you all to online course in spoken English. Today we shall discuss a new topic, that is interrogatives. Interrogatives are nothing but questions, and all of you know the importance of questions. We hardly speak anything without asking questions in our day-to-day conversation, right? Before we discuss the topic proper, we shall observe a conversation. So this is a conversation involving Raju, Thomas, Rahim. Okay, these three friends are discussing something on going to a movie, right? And the conversation begins with Raju's exchange, and Raju says, Raju, hi, shall we go for a movie? Thomas, okay, which movie would you like to watch today? Rahim speaks to Raju, why can't you suggest one? Raju, how about watching Bahubali? Thomas asks to Raju, didn't you watch it last year? Rahim, to all other friends, don't you think it's always a new experience to watch an artistic film like Bahubali? Raju, that's right, but can't you think of any other artistic movie? So what you can observe in this conversation? So this conversation, though it feels like friends are discussing something and one is asking the questions and the other one is answering the question, but all the speakers, all the persons involved in this conversation are asking questions and they are answering the questions of the others by asking one more question. So questioning the question, and it is just like giving answer by mode of questioning again. First dialogue by Raju, he says, hi, shall we go for a movie? It's a question. Then Thomas says, okay, which movie would you like to watch today? Again he asks a question, right? And then Rahim says to Raju, why can't you suggest one? So he would have said, you can suggest one, but he's putting it in the form of a question. He is saying, why can't you suggest one? Raju again says, he asks again, how about watching Bahubali? So he is making a proposal here. And Thomas says to Raju, did you watch it last year? You should have said it in some other way. I think you might have watched it last year, but he is answering his query in the form of a question again, right? And then Rahim, to all other friends, he says, don't you think it's always a new experience to watch an artistic film like Bahubali? So he is asking the opinion of his friends. And Raju finally ends the conversation again asking a question, that's right, but can't you think of any other artistic movie? So it's again a question, okay? You can think of any other artistic movie. He is suggesting to his friends, but he is putting it in the form of a question. So this conversation is full of questions. Everybody in this conversation, Raju, Thomas, Rahim, everybody is asking questions to one another, but by mode of asking questions, they are also replying to one another, right? So this brings out the importance of questions in our day-to-day life. One more set of questions. Observe these questions, right? Here are a few questions. We shall read them. Where are you coming from? What will be your answer for this? I am coming from so and so place. I am coming from Vijayapur. I am coming from Dharwad. I am coming from London, right? Question is intended to seek information. Okay, information about your place, your native place, right? And second question, are you from Vijayapura? The person knows that the other person whom he is asking, he might be from Vijayapura, but he is not damn sure about it. And he is not seeking information, but he is seeking confirmation here. Are you from Vijayapura? Yes or no? Are you from Vijayapura? He is seeking a confirmation. And then next one, move on to the next one. Can you help me carry this bag? Why is the person asking this question? He is putting forward a request. He is putting forward a request to the other person. May I come in? So this is again a question, but the function is different. May I come in? Is used to seek permission to enter a room, right? And then, shall we go for a walk? Shall we go for a walk? So this is making a suggestion, putting forward a proposal, right? Can I help you cross the road? This is offering. A person, an old man is struggling to cross the road, and he is looking for someone, and this man goes near him and he says, can I help you cross the road? He is offering help. See, in these different sentences, the questions, the questions have been asked here, and each question has a different function to perform. In the first question is meant for seeking information, second question was for seeking confirmation, and third question was just putting forward a request, and the fourth question was seeking permission, and fifth question, shall we go for a walk, that was for proposal or making a suggestion, and the last one was the offer of help. Can I help you cross the road? It was an offer of help. So why are questions used? We can arrive at a conclusion about the function of these questions. So based on our discussion so far, we shall try to understand what interrogative sentences are and why are they used in our day-to-day life and their significance in our conversation, right? So interrogative sentences, as you all know, are questions, right? They are questions, and the function of questions we have discussed so far in the sentences that we listed above, and we discussed those sentences. The function of questions is, one is to seek information and to seek confirmation. The questions may be asked to make requests. They can also be asked to make suggestions, and with the help of questions we can make offers. Okay, we can offer help, or we can offer any other material things by asking questions, right? And then questions, this is not just about, this is not limited, the scope of questions is not limited just to these functions. So questions can convey some emotions, okay, some feelings, some subtle ideas can also be conveyed with the help of questions. Okay, tone of the questions. Tone of the questions, as the tone of the question varies, the feeling or the emotion it carries also varies, right? For example, what's your name? It's neutral. What's your name? A person is asking for information. What's your name? If he says, what's your name? He is asking with a lot of love and affection. Okay? And if a person asks, what's your name? The person is angry because the person who has been asked the question might have committed some mistake, and it has made the person very angry, and that is the reason he is asking, what's your name? So the very tone of the question, changes the emotions or the feelings it carries, right? And then there are words and phrases used and emphasized in questions. If you emphasize a word or a phrase in a question, it changes the meaning of the question, the intention of the questioner gets changed just by changing the tone of the question, right? See, here are a few examples. Are you interested in music? This is a neutral question. A person is asking the other person if he or she is interested in music. Are you interested in music? That's fine. Next one is, are you interested in music too? So just adding of the word to and emphasizing it changes the intention. The speaker or the questioner already knows that the person who is questioned is already he has interest in some other things, and he is asking him with a lot of surprise that, are you interested in music too? So this brings out the surprise on part of the questioner. He is surprised because he didn't know that the person who is being questioned was also interested in music, right? And next one is, are you really interested in music? Are you really interested in music? The questioner is quite confused, or he is not able to believe that the other person is interested in music. He might have thought about the person as a sportsman who always wants to keep himself fit, but now he takes a lot of interest in music, and this person is puzzled, and he is asking him, are you really interested in music? Adding few words and phrases and emphasizing them changes the tone and intention of the speaker as well. So for different purposes, we keep asking questions in our day-to-day life. This brings us to the end of the discussion of the interrogative sentences. There are different types of questions, okay? And these different types of questions are used for different purposes, and they have different functions to perform, right? Here are types of questions. There are mainly 6 types of questions. First one is question word questions, or otherwise called WH questions, because they use the word WH words. Okay, what, when, how, where, why, how far, how long. So WH word, they make use of the WH word, and that's the reason they are called WH questions, and otherwise called question word questions, right? And then the next category is yes or no type questions. Questions seeking confirmation. Okay, if a question is asked, the person is expected to answer in terms of yes or no, right? Are you Raju? Yes, I am Raju. Are you Raju? No, I am not Raju, I am Ravi. Okay, the person is expected to answer in terms of yes or no. And then we have negative questions. Negative questions means questions that you make use of negatives, right? And we shall have a detailed discussion of each of these type of questions. And then alternative or choice questions. Choice will be given, and the one who responds has to choose from the alternatives or the choice given by the questioner himself, right? And then indirect questions, they are not actually questions, they are indirect questions, they are not directly asked. And finally we have question tags. Question tags are otherwise called tail questions or tag questions, right? Question tags is an important category of spoken English. We shall take up a very detailed discussion of each of these categories of questions in the ensuing section. Right here, first we shall begin with question word questions. As I have already made it very clear to you, question word questions are the questions that make use of WH words or question words. That is the reason they are called question words questions. And what is the function of question word questions? Question word questions seek information. They want information. For instance, here are examples. What are you thinking of? Say for instance, your friend is lost in thinking of something, and you just go near him and you ask him, what are you thinking of? So you want information about what he is actually thinking of, right? And where does he stay? So you want to know the information about the place of his stay. Where does he stay? Then why have you come here? So you want the respondent to give you the reason. The person has come here for some reason, and you're asking him, why have you come here? Why have you come here? And next, who called you? Means the person, somebody might have called you, and that is the reason the boy has come here, and you're asking him, who called you? Right. Which book do you want? There are a number of books on the table, and you're asking the person, which book do you want? Among the pile of books here, which one do you want? When shall I call you back? You're asking him. Okay. When shall I call you back? Okay. You want information, or you want time. Okay. You want the person to give you time he is comfortable with to talk to you. You're asking him, when shall I call you back? How will she complete the task? How will she complete the task? You are asking about the manner. Okay. How will she complete the task? Then how many students attended the class? You want the number of students attended the class. You are in need of the information of the number of students attended the class. And then how far is his home from the railway station? You want to know the distance between his home and the railway station. How often do you go to movie? You want to know the frequency of a person going to movie, right? You're asking him, how often means how many times do you go to movie in a month or in a week, in a year. You want the frequency. So in all these instances, what are you doing? You are trying to gather information. You are trying to seek, you are trying to get information from the ones whom you are asking these questions. So these are the questions seeking information. I'll take up a detailed discussion of each of these question words. What, which, who, whom, when, how, where, how far, how many, how long, all these question words. Okay, we shall deal with each of these question words in detail. We shall try to understand function of these question words, and we shall try to understand them with a number of examples. So when these question words are placed in example, when a sentence, we'll try to understand the context in which they are used. Okay, we shall take a detailed look about each of the question words in the next session. Till then, take care and keep talking in English and keep improving upon your English. All the very best. Thank you.